As somebody with high levels of anxiety, I have to limit how much information I take in at a time. I want to try and focus on the good that's going on in the world. And whenever I hear stories of people who have taken the extra mile to become a better person themselves by exploring hidden talents and doing things that they've never done before, I just feel so excited about it. I feel what I initially thought about the situation was partially wrong. A lot of people are sharing stories right now of people who are not just helping other people who need it most, but also they are taking the extra mile to become better people in the home. What I mean is that they are doing things that they've never done before. They're exploring hidden talents, and they're also doing things that they probably wanted to do years ago, but never could because either they were really busy with things or they got themselves too occupied with something else. So they're taking classics on pretty much whatever their heart desires. Maybe they are taking martial arts classes. Maybe they are learning how to become better cooks. Maybe they are learning how to be designers of clothing, They are taking this opportunity of what I like to call a retreat or sanctuary. They are taking this opportunity of staying home and not just protecting themselves physically from the sea, but also trying to do things we've never done before. What am I doing? I'm learning how to be a better writer. I'm learning how to be a better writer because sometimes whenever I write something, the words don't quite match up what I'm trying to say in my head. And so what I want to try and do is explore that avenue a little bit. I've also had interest in taking piano lessons and maybe martial arts. I don't know yet. But the point is that social media is on fire right now with people who are taking this opportunity to explore hidden talents and doing things we've never done before. Excuse me. In my last video, I initially thought that there were people out there who were panicking that this whole thing was going to end the world or whatever. Everybody was going nuts like this. Everybody's rapidly buying things. But I was partially wrong. It may have started out that way, but that is not what it would become. So I guess in some ways it's not like those movies like Contagion or Outbreak where it's just fear and pandemonium is a much larger issue, I guess it's not all like that. And I guess in some ways that makes sense. Whether it's martial arts classes, piano lessons, guitar lessons, cooking lessons, how to be a better chef, sewing lessons, tab lessons, gym classes, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The point is that you are taking the opportunity to explore hidden talents and do things you've never done before. Not only that, but people are going out and helping those who need it most. Maybe they don't have the resources of good health care, or maybe they don't have they don't have the right materials. So people go door to door giving out food and medical supplies to people who need it most. I think we need to look at this outbreak as not an end of a world scenario, but we need to focus on what we can do for ourselves to become better people. I understand that it may feel like we're in a tight corner because we're not able to go out and do the things we're able to do, but we do have the means to communicate with one another through video chats. There's lots of them out there. Zoom, FaceTime, Amazon, that one Amazon product I can't think of the name of right now. There's lots out there. So maybe while we're not able to see them physically, we're able to see them virtually. And right now, that's just something we need to do. All of this is temporary. It is not going to be a permanent thing. It's not going to be, this isn't going to be forever. And I understand right now that it may seem that way. I promise you all, it does get better. Whenever you hear stories of people who have taken the extra mile to not only help others, but also help themselves by exploring hidden talents that they've never had before. It makes you feel good on the inside. It makes you realize that things aren't as black and white as it seems. There are times where it may seem that way, but what matters is what you can do to help with this issue. Now, I actually saw a really interesting report recently. Two comedy legends, Mel Brooks and Reiner, they would normally go to a club or something and basically rapid fire jokes at each other, you know. And they did a video chat and they both gave good advice on what to do during this outbreak. Mel Brooks said, "Don't watch the news at all and watch my movies." That was pretty funny because I really like both those guys. Carl Reiner has something else to say, but it was different. Take it from them. They've been through a lot. I think what we need to do is we need to understand that people are taking this opportunity to do different things. They are different people than they were before. Before, they were always hustling and bustling and going about, you know, going here, going there, going everywhere, not being there. They're not taking the time to step back and think to a more simplistic time when things weren't so chaotic or busy. And, you know, there's just kind of a joy to staying home. You have two choices here. You can either think black and white or you can try and think optimistically. And I choose to think optimistically because without optimism, you can't help yourself. You can't help yourself if you don't take the time to do the simple things. So while we're all taking the time to help ourselves with our health, we are also taking the time to help ourselves explore other avenues that we never thought we could have ever imagined. And while, yes, you may say, well, I want to binge watch stuff on Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus or something, you know, that's all great and all, but at some point, you just want to get off that and do something else. I'm actually starting to get bored of it, to be honest. But thankfully, I have a large collection of movies, as you've seen in my videos. Let's try and use this outbreak, because this could go on, like, recently where I am right now, recently we got an update that it's going to go until the end of May. So why don't we, and it may even go until June. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how long the retreat will last. But one thing is for certain, we can control our response to it. So this is a good time to do things you've never done before, take risks, do something new with your life. But not only that, be happy with yourself too. Staying home may be the most important thing, but what we do in the home is important. We can either live in a metaphoric box and feed into our fears, or we can find a positive avenue. Find something positive to do during this negative time. Pay attention to the people who spread positivity in the world, because they can uplift you in more ways than one. I hope all of you are staying safe, and I hope all of you are taking the time to become better people. Do things you've never done before. Take some classes, learn something new. Learn something new every day. Thank you all for watching. Stay home. Stay safe.